me. It's JMG. Just testing to see if the mic works. It looks like it does. I am alive. We'll be getting together to do some funky stuff soon. Ooh, I can already tell I sound bunged up. Ooh, bunged, I tell ya, bunged! Hello, everybody, and welcome to Live and Let's Dice live here on a Wednesday afternoon. My name is Jules Gill, and you join me here at what will hopefully be the head of a fantastic stream. Of course, it will be, because I am here. You can't kill me. Can't stop me. I am actually very vincible. If Cormorac's the Invincible was a raid boss from Borderlands, I would be the sub-boss that leads into him, Jules the Very Vincible. Almost taken down. A week off, baby, to deal with COVID, but I'm back. I've got my small banana. It is like a gun. Pew, 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 pew. Take that, bad vibes. I'm wearing my Live and Let's Dice cap. I'm embracing my new alter ego, the newest Batman villain of his rogues gallery, the Dad Hatter. Pretty happy with that, I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty good. Hello everyone, and welcome to Live and Let's Dice Live. We are going to be having a lovely stream today because we're going to have a little catch-up chat, because I obviously missed a stream or two in the lead up to a certain event that happened on the 7th of May. Going to try and skirt around some NDAs that are still existing pertaining to that event, so I'll tell you what I can and get you pretty hyped up for some stuff. And then I think that we're going to play a little bit of Fighting Fantasy Classics, because we started, what was it called, like the Spooky Ghost House, the Haunted Village, the Slightly Uncanny Alley. We were playing one of them, and so we are going to be playing that, and the Pole Troll is coming back. You remember the Pole Troll? All right, mate. If ever there's a poll to be made, I'll be there. Apologies if my energy levels are still a bit shmee. because I feel 100% in terms of like, I feel like the virus has left my system. I feel like I've expunged it from every orifice possible. Mainly sweat. I was a sweaty boy across the period. I'm a greasy man to begin with, but this was just like, deep fry me, brother. But I still have like moments where like my mind goes, or like my energy levels just like completely fall off a cliff. So we're just going to take it nice and slow, and we're just going to chill, have a nice little chat before we get stuck into anything. And I'm kind of glad that I'm not playing anything like really intensive for the game that we're playing today. We're just going to do a bit of voice acting, a little bit of poll trolling, you know how it goes, just a bit of a laugh. And we'll just we'll nominate a few people here. They can decide what voices that we do when we go over to the Fighting Fancy stuff. It'll be a laugh, because remember, I've still got all of the voice mod stuff here. I can still got all of my soundboards intact. Instant comedy, that button, isn't it? Instant comedy. So let's say hello to everyone who is joining us in the chat today. And excuse that weird little voice rasp I did just then. I'm going to take some water. I'm already feeling dry. Let's do this. Okay. So big shout out to Louis. How's it going, mate? In first today. Whoop, whoop, indeed, my friend. The fall is here. How's it going? Hope you're doing okay. I'm feeling much better. Thank you very much for your kind words. Appreciate it. Kiki Quiet. I'm going to do a Jenko and watched while I wash up. Hey, Kiki, how's it going? You alright? Hope he's behaving himself. Hope he's not been on the old... the Mango Loco train. That could be very different if I hadn't established what the hell that was. For those at home, he's a Mango Loco fiend. When as soon as I said that I wasn't feeling very well, bless him, he texted me just saying, I'll pick you up a 4-pack from Sainsbury's. I'm like, the thought of that amount of taurine rushing through my sort of crypt-like body at that time would have just been like, calcium and sugar. Those are what my bones are made of. Andrew Smith has stepped in to say hi, guys. Hope you're all good. We are very good, my friend. Big love to you, my friend. Just add cake says, I hope you're feeling well. Hope you're recovering okay. I am indeed. Thank you very much. Globes, hey, how's it going, my friend? Tom Arnold's in the chat. Glad to see you feeling better again. Thank you very much, mate. Hassan's in the chat. How's it going, my friend? My friend. How did, when's this tournament that you're doing when you're bringing the orcs? Let us know. I want to talk some tournament tips with you. I'll be doing my old dad hat shuffle, you know, when I'm just like, I got some tips for you, bro. I'll look after you. Merlin Models. Hello, Merlin, my friend. How's your painting coming along? I saw that you did some stuff on Instagram. I can't remember which faction you painted them up as at the moment, but it was looking good. Oh, we need to do a Kerry AMA as well. So put your questions for Kerry down in the comments, because everyone obviously wants to...
Nice.
Holy balls. Oh, mate. Hassan, thank you so much for the donation, my friend. Big bless to you. Big bless for the donation. I'll tell you what. I usually reserve this for the... I've just got to try and find the button. It's been a while. Usually reserve this for people who have become members. But there you go. A little bit of a... oh, wait. It's not working. Fantastic. Come on, mate. Hey. I've hit the fade today. I've hit the fade rather than the constant aggressive flash. This is actually quite nice. This is a bit more chilled. Why don't you just pull up a groove here on Live and Let's Dice? Why don't you roll some bones? Imagine that. Live and Let's Dice with nightclub. Like Lawson as the bouncer, little glasses on. You're not coming in. I've got money. Oh, you're coming in then. Mikey's there in his little like hot pants in one of those little cages that apparently that Cyberdog loves in London. He's just there like obviously Beanie's on bar. He tends bar very well. Plus the fact it's always like one for you, one for him. And then there's me. I'm a facilitator. I'm walking around with the little like entree dish, the little silver. What's it called? The thing that covers something. The only thing I can think of to describe it is the thing that they use unnecessarily in Come Dine With Me to show how little cash that they've got on a plate. Because this is the thing, isn't it? Every time Come Dine With Me comes on, people seem to forget that £1,000 It ain't that much. Like, it doesn't look that good. Like, on a silver tray or not. It's just a fucking, like, it's like 6 bills or whatever. You just tell, like, oh, nice. Cool. I can't, you know, when people say, oh, I want to make it rain. I want to throw it up in the air and just, like, dance in it. It's not even, like, a shower. It's not even, like, drizzle. Oh, I'll have a little drizzle, please. Give me a little drizzle of cash. And I'm done. Go down to the strip club. Wait. Oh, can I have some back, please? Bit awkward, isn't it? This is why you got to get it changed into pennies, right? Because what I want to do is see somebody come out with a massive dish of pennies, 1s and 2p's. I'm not fussy. And then what they do is they just kind of like, and you don't throw it up in the air like that. You throw it in the face of the losers. You just go like, I cooked a better meal than you. Fuck off. Fuck you. Have some of that. How do my pennies taste? Ah! Even better if it's not even your house. So you've got to spend the next hour and a half afterwards, after the meal, picking up your winnings off the floor. So it's just there, like, you're putting them in that little, like, coin collecting thing. So it's just there, like, How's your fucking, what's the, I'm trying to think of, how's your omelette du fromage? Come dine with me, eh? What a fucking joke. Anyway, yeah, put some questions down for Kerry. I'll ask her, because apparently still some people out there who believe that she is a paid actress and not actually my girlfriend. But trust me, she costs more than an actress would do anyway. The amount of stuff that I've put into this house, I'll tell you that much. Got to check to see if she's even, she's messaged me just saying the word pricks as well, so I'm not even entirely sure what that's in context to. Oh, right, okay, yeah, fair enough. No, she's not talking about me or us. Anyway, let's say hello. By the way, thank you very much, Hassan. That donation a while back just completely went off on a tangent about the whims of come dine with me. Ryder's in the chat as well. Kedus, hello. Invincible indeed, yeah, thank you. Ooh, Merlin's found Betrayal at the House on Haunted Hill for 42 buckaroos. I tell you what, mate, if you're going to spring out for a copy of Betrayal, get your sen the copy that is the Betrayal at the House on Baldur's Gate, or it's the Baldur's Gate edition, because it's got a bit of RPG elements into it, and obviously it's Dungeons & Dragons Baldur's Gate theme, so it's like, way! Dad Hatter approved, mate. Robin M's in the chat, thank you very much, my friend. In fact, we had a game of Betrayal. Oh yeah, that was it. I'll talk all about the trip as much as I can in a minute, but let's just get through and say hi to the rest of the people here. Andrew Smith. Show us your Chaos Knights on the windowsill behind you. Oh, you're a keen-eyed little fella, aren't you? Okay, so you got... Oh, wrong way. On the far right, you've got the Rampager, who's got the Warp Strike Claw and the new Banana Chain Talon. And then next to him... Actually, can I show this? This is... NDA's gone up now, isn't it? Yes. Yes, because it went up for pre-order. Yeah, as soon as it goes up for pre-order, I'm allowed to talk about it. Next to him is an Abominant that's part-way done. I'll get him for you, and I'll show off my little Borstal Boy shorts as well at the same time. Might even get a little bit of the old going on, yeah? Yeah. Gotta love that, don't you? Hat, jumper, and short combo. Absolute dad vibes. Right, anyway, so... he's not done yet, and he's very, very far off, because I kind of got distracted with, well, going to a Warhammer event. But here's part of him at the moment. He's missing his shin pads, so he's not ready for football. He's missing his face, because sub-assembly is king. He's got his little doodad Iron Hail stubber that's here. He's got his little Bale Mace tail at the back. And he's got this lovely little, like, electro scouge thing, which for some reason, GW allow you to rotate like this. So what I was thinking of doing is that if I was a smarter man, I'd get, like, a little mini motor so that it would constantly be turning, and I'd call him Mr. Whippy. But apparently I am only smart in theory, because I would have no idea how I'd even do this one. Anyway, right, let's get back onto that one. Louis Pitcher drew the pole troll, but you forgot to put it anyway. Louis! Why don't you send it to me on a DM to just @RetroJ, the O is a 0 on Twitter. Send it over to me now, and I'll download it while we're chatting, and we can pop him up. I'll add him to the stream. If he's any good, I don't want him with like his dong out or something like that. I mean, no offense to your drawing skills. I mean, if he's absolutely like that'll go on the fridge, good. I'll maybe make a t-shirt out of them, to be fair. Jack the Ripper Jr. Oh, I've skipped all the way to the bottom. Fantastic. Oh, there we go. Just wanted to say, love hearing all your positive messages at the end of your video. Find them so motivational and always look forward to them. Thank you very much for your support, my friend, and actually staying through to the end of those videos, because the drop-off rate is insane after 3 minutes. But I'm glad that you got something out of them, and I just want to echo that message from myself. How egotistical could I get? That I just hope that everyone is looking after themselves, because you all deserve love, happiness, and success. There's a reason why I say it every single time after those videos. It's because it's a mantra that I want other people to live by. Because it's so easy to go out there in the world and just start beating yourself up for either things that you think that you've done wrong, or you're not doing right, or that you're not living up to the goals that you want to set for yourself. You've set your goals too high, as it were. That's just not fair. It's not fair. Everyone should be able to take some time getting to the right place in life. And there's so much pressure in this society for young kids especially to achieve this level of success that's determined by an absolute bullshit metric. Oh, you've got to have like a job with like a ridiculously high salary. You've got to have your kids. You've got to have your family. You've got to have your dog, your picket fence, whatever. Absolutely fuck off with that bullshit. Go at your own pace. If you find yourself being happier outside of those parameters, then good on you. Just so stupid that we just pressure kids into trying to go down these avenues so quickly. And then they wonder why everyone gets burnout and so stressed out all the time when they can't suddenly achieve these goals. Like, how the fuck are you meant to get onto the property ladder in this day and age? When you're a young kid, literally the only way that half of the people are going to get their first property is when somebody dies. How fucked up is that? Anyway, right, I'm getting a bit annoyed. Long story short, be kind to yourself, because the rest of the world and the way that the mechanics work within it sometimes are a bit too cold for their own good. So, big love to you, my friend. I look exhausted, Kedus. Thank you. I mean, I am overheating quite a lot right now, but that's usually just because I got on my little soapbox, didn't I? Holy crap, is that who I think it is? Is that Mikey from Elstorm Wargaming in here? You cheeky little... You, why? Who are you? Hold on. Yes, that's right. Mikey's here. Mikey, who I met at the event for the first time, is as lovely as all of the internet lore and legend would have you believe. Now, for those of you who don't know, he runs this amazing channel as well as pretty much every single Warhammer tournament in the UK, has a hand in organising and running. Lovely person, friend of the community, friend of the channel, and just a really nice guy. Also, that reminds me, we're playing his partner's RPG this Saturday on the 21st of September? God, it's going to be waiting a while. 21st of May, we're going to be playing, it's called... The RPG is called One of Us is a Werewolf. Is that one of... I've got it here. I've got it in my emails. 2 secs. Getting it up right now. So we're all going to get together and play this, and it should be a right good laugh. It's called Fright Nights, the One with the Wendigo. So we're deciding amongst us whether or not we're going to record it as a video and put up the best bits on YouTube, or we'll do it as a bonus live stream. The reason that I'm in two minds about it is because of the fact that I just need to make sure, because Kerry's got a deadline with some of her uni stuff that she's doing, so I've just got to try and be considerate and not just be like, way! Whereas if we're playing off camera, it can be a bit like, way. You know what I mean? There's always a difference. But also, hello to Mikey. Hello Sentry. Hello LJ Foe. How's it going? Always hides the can. He always hides the cans, doesn't he? Where'd you get calcium? Wow, where do I get my calcium from? Oh, what I do is like most vegans, we just take, if we ever find like a dead pet or roadkill, where it's like, you know, natural causes, and by natural I mean a truck has hit it, what we do is we just press the body against the skin, and we, through osmosis, we absorb their powers, their memories, their hopes and dreams, and also their calcium. That's how vegans stay alive. Death skulls. That was it. Death skulls. Hello, Let's Make It Orky. Hello, Orky. How's it going? Love you too. An absolute pleasure meeting you. It was at the event back in the day. I say it like it was a million years ago, but it was only literally like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Crazy. I'm just looking at the calendar, unbelieving that it actually happened so recently. Right then, hello to everyone in. Oh my god, there's so many comments. Big love to all of you. I give kisses to you all because it skipped down to the bottom again. Right, so I can now talk about what happened at the event because we might as well like address the abominant in the room. Yes, Live and Let's Dice were invited by Games Workshop themselves to go up to Nottingham to Warhammer World and go and partake in a Horus Heresy launch event. Now, I know that there's going to be people who are watching this who probably have no idea what I'm talking about with this, but all you need to know is that Warhammer 40k, as you probably have gathered from the amount of videos that we put out on this channel, is like a tabletop board game that is basically just a bunch of space racists fighting each other. It is madness through and through. Now, the Horus Heresy is set 10,000 years before this. Now, before any of you even so much as thinks in their mind's eye the words Star Wars prequel trilogy, no, because for a start, there's not as much pod racing. But on the plus side, there is much less Jar Jar. So instead of that, it is set all the years before. But here what's happened is that I'm going to give like a real brief summary of it. And when I say a brief summary, you've got to remember that there's this thing called the Black Library where there's literally hundreds of books explaining the lore of around this time and beyond. And I'm going to try and condense all of them down into a few sentences. So obviously, wish me luck. Once upon a time, as all good stories start, there was a god. This god called himself the Emperor because he was very, very humble. He wore a lot of gold armor because, again, super modest, and decided that the rest of the world needed to be civilized under his heel. And by that I mean, he wanted to just expand and make sure that humanity, like I said, space racist. So he went out there and he was like, oh, it's a bit tough this actually. I'm just one man. Even if I am the size of like 11 foot tall, can fire mind bullets from my brain and liquefy opponents in combat just by casting a shadow onto them. So he was like, oh, I'm gonna adopt. Bring me your greatest warriors. And across the galaxy, he found all of these super soldiers that are beyond super soldiers, raised them as his own, said that they were great. They came from his genes, so technically they're his kids, but he just shot his spunk off into the galaxy and it just landed at random places. Found all of these Primarchs, gathered them all together, said, all right, boys, Daddy's here. Let's go on a mad bender. And they were like, whoa! Some of them brought in the Bucky, some of them brought in the sniffing powder, some of them went a bit too far and started getting out the old cooking spoon. And that's when the Emperor was like, oh, maybe you just tone it down a little bit, all right? Just maybe tone it down a little bit. And then one of them, his favourite son, and he shouldn't have had favourites because that was his biggest mistake, he turned around and just said, like, that's a mighty fine back that you've got there. It would be a real shame if somebody stabbed you in it. And he was like, oh, Horus, you fucker. Oh, you piece of... your mother was right about you. Oh, you damn dirty ape. You rotter. And he got really hurt from the stabbing in the back. But in between all of these barbs between dad and son, the Emperor was still like, I'm gonna turn my sovereign ring around and I'm gonna backhand you. And Horus was like, oh no, I thought I was really strong, but now I'm dead. And then when he did that sort of big betrayal, it kind of split all of the legions apart, all of the different houses as they were. Think of like Game of Thrones, the different houses. And half of them were like, oh, mate, the guy who kind of gave life to the universe and some of us actually think is God himself, maybe we should follow him. And the other side were like, I like where he's coming from. Don't get me wrong, there is a lot to love about the God Emperor, but have you ever considered hentai tentacle porn? And then the Wigglies got to them, and then they decided that they'd go with Chaos. And the others were like, we're a bit too straight-laced for that. NSFW, that is. And so they started a massive war. And that is where the Horus Heresy takes place. Where was I going with this? I feel like I went off on a... Where did I go? What was the point of me telling this story? Oh yeah, the point is that I was trying to set up why we were going to this event. So, of all of the many legions that they have at their disposal, Games Workshop are like...
Nice.
Oh, thank you very much. Very catchy name. XYN9X2002. I'm just going to call you Zinex? I'm just going to call you 9. unless you'd like to clarify. Or X, because it's the first letter that appears on the sticker. Hey, X, thank you very much for your donations, and big love. Thank you very much, Sam. Sam's reminded me of what I'm actually talking about here. So Games Workshop, in their infinite wisdom, decided that they'd reach out to a load of content creators to try and get the different legions and their Primarchs painted up. And luckily, we were included in that list. Thank you very much for subscribing. And I was so happy to be involved with that. I remember I got the phone call from Andy, and he was just there like, do you want to do this? And I just sat there. And you know when you're just kind of like trying to process information, that you kind of have those tunnel vision moments where you like zone out of the room? He had to be like, hello, Jules, like have I lost you, sort of thing? And I'm just there like, yeah, I think that we can do that. So we got given the Emperor's Children. And boy, howdy, was I happy with that. Boy, howdy. And I can show you the... if I press this button here... Hey! It's gone over my face, but never mind. Look, you can even see my fingers around the side of it. Wait, hold on. There we go. Look. These. And this is the half of the box that made it up onto the Warhammer community page once they were all finished with it. So we split the box between myself, Mikey, Lawson, and Beanie. And we each painted up a different... Oh, Arbiter Ian has the showcase arm in his event. Oh, well, lucky me. That's very nice. Yeah, so I am super happy with how these turned out. What we did is we have... I can't tell you what's in the box, I don't think. But actually, no. You should be able to figure out what's in the box because all of the... No, they have actually announced what's in the box now. I've just remembered this. This is what I mean. I've got to try and skirt around. There are some weird NDAs that are still going on. So I can't tell you, for example... if I've played the game and how it played, if I had played it. And I couldn't tell you what's in the box, even though you know what models are in the box. It's weird, you know what I mean? So what we did is we split it up. We got 10 boys each. I got 5 Terminators. Lawson got 5 Terminators. Beanie got the Spartan. And Mikey got the Contemptor Dread. And both Lawson and I took one of the Praetors each. Now, I am big bless because front and center, that is my Joker Praetor that is there. He is having a right laugh, and those are my Terminators on the left-hand side as well, and my boys to the right of him. So I'm pretty happy with that. We had no idea whose bits were getting picked for the photo shoots or whatever that was going on. It was just literally like, send in your models. They're coming from, well, technically 4 different places. We were just glad to get them there on time. And I'm super happy. It's been getting so much love as well on the Instagrams as well, and massive love to anyone who like came across our stuff and then thought to follow us over here as well. So big love to you. Andrew Smith, you're asking me direct NDA confidential stuff. I cannot confirm if the rules are good or not. I don't even know if I've seen the rules. I mean, I cannot confirm or deny. You're pushing me. So. Sorry, Mikey, you want me to condense the HH novel and this stuff? Okay, I will do it, man. You just wind me up and watch me go. Christopher Nutton, who is nutting on that Land Raider, is actually a Spartan. So the Spartan is, as you can see there, rather big. It can carry 20 boys, because these are the rules that are in the 40k... the 40k Imperium Codex, or like the massive heavy armor codex that they've got on there. And it's got something like ridiculous. Like count how many las cannons it's got on the side there. You've got 8 las cannons. Big Mech, you are getting your bits picked, mate. No, I'm not, Sam. I'm not spoiling anything. But yeah, those are the models that are there. And I cannot wait, because what we're going to do is we are going to do some Horus Heresy content down the line. Beanie's going to pick up another box, and then we're going to start building them up. I believe that he's going to build them as World Eaters. So he's going to go for like white arm with blue, so that should be very, very fun indeed. I have been told by GW, and this isn't NDA, because I painted up the bloody models and they've already been there at the event, getting them back. So that means that I will have a full Emperor's Children army, because the boys, Mikey and Lawson, have kindly said that I can have their share, and Beanie's going to give it that. Beanie's going to get another box so that we can start doing some battles between the two. And we've met so many amazing people over that weekend that have all sort of like wanted to make some content with us, Horus Heresy related or not. Like we might be going over to Gibraltar to film some stuff with SN. SN might be coming over to do that. We already filmed a battle report with Play on Tabletop, which you'll have seen on the channel that went up on Monday. Might have some stuff with Siege Studios coming up. There might even be some funky stuff involving everyone's favourite Warhammer painter / presenter, Louise Sugden. So keep your eyes and ears peeled and peeped for that. But we'll see how it goes. Remind me, Orky, I need to get in touch with you as well afterwards to organise some stuff. Always wheeling, always dealing, mate. Okay, so I've no idea what I thought the Song of the Ancients. The thing is, I always put on for the chilled moments when we're just having a chat. I type in chilled cow because that's what it used to be known as. But now I think that they just go by the name of Lo-Fi Girl, and it's just 24-hour live stream of nice chilled trip hop stuff, and it's fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, hello. Got an email. What's going on here? Okay. So, yeah, it was a huge pop for the channel. I'm super, super keen with it all. I know, man. I just want to go out and just meet all the people again and just have a good old time because, again, I can't tell the people at home what we did because some of the stuff that we did is under NDA, but all that you guys need to know is that we had a great time and made a lot of new friends, and there will be a lot of content coming out with these new friends further down the line. And I've just got to say, the models that some of the people had painted for this were exceptional. Like, to the point where it felt like I live a lot with imposter syndrome, quite a lot. I've never truly felt like I belong at the table, even if I've got a seat with my bloody name on it there and people telling me, no, it is very okay. In fact, it's your turn to carve the roast. But just seeing some of the stuff that they painted, it was like, wow. Like the models that Sylvia had done, the Dawn that somebody had painted as well, Demon Rich, was it? Unbelievably good stuff. Unbelievably good stuff. LJ, love a bit of lo-fi, love a bit of chill. To be fair, as long as it's got good beats, I'm pretty much game for any music. In fact, actually, I'll tell you what I've been listening to recently that has been absolutely like rolling around my noggin. Has been the new Kendrick Lamar album. I've been having that on repeat all day today. I am enjoying that. It is not an easy listen, but it is. Bit of that and a bit of Adam Betts. Does anyone in the audience know who that is? Adam Betts is the drummer from a band called Three Trapped Tigers, and hoo boy, he good. Uses a lot of drum samples, loop pedals and stuff, and then just does like solo bits with just drums. You think that it wouldn't actually be that like sonically dense, but it's amazing. It's so catchy as well. Right, Sammy boy. Oh yeah, and of course we met Sam and Joe. They came all the way from Birmingham to come and meet us there. I felt really bad in a way because it was like there was loads of people that came up to the event to see us, and we just were rushing around all the time that we didn't get a chance to say hi and chill out as much as we would have liked to. But it was a fantastic event, and I would just love to do more sort of stuff with Games Workshop as and when we're allowed to do so. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, that's the one. Oh, wow, Robin M., you actually saw Kendrick Lamar live. Very nice. Very nice. In fact, I'm just going to see what else has been on my regular rotation, because I've been listening to a lot of Turnstile, the album Glow On, because good old Joshy Brown's finally getting into hardcore now. Turnstile were the one that got him into it, so I've been sending him like stuff like Touche Amore, La Dispute. Been sending him a bit of going a bit like old school with it, a bit Vanna, one of my favourite bands. But also, has anyone heard of the band Mother of Mercy? Stonkers. Big stonks. Any new games that are coming out that I'm hyped up for? Yes, there are some new games. In fact, because when I was off with COVID, I had nout to do but try and wrap my head around playing video games and chilling out and just trying to rest. And I've been playing an absolute shed load of Chaos Gate, the new Warhammer 40k game. It is so good. XCOM meets Warhammer. Sign me up, baby. I'm just having a look at what upcoming video games. Upcoming games 2022. Let's see what else is on there. Sniper Elite 5. Oh, classic. Oh, Mario Strikers Battle League. I am 100% getting that. That's going to be my jam for sure. Oh, good old GameSpot. Putting it all into the months. Tell you what. Love them. Also, I think... so we've got Mario Strikers coming out in June. Ugh. Sonic Origins is coming out. Ugh. Cuphead, the DLC coming out. Definitely getting that. The new Klonoa game's coming out, and I'm just really interested to see if that's going to be any good, because I have very fond memories of that game when I was a kid. The first, as Kadikarus would call it, 2.5D. Have I ever told you the story that Kadikarus was like one of the main reasons why I got into doing YouTube stuff? I was just really inspired by watching his like really early videos, and I wrote to him just asking about what like camera equipment and stuff that he used to edit and record. And this was back in the day when YouTube had like an inbox feature. So I wrote to him, and I didn't expect to hear anything back. But the way that I wrote to him was that I wrote to him like I was a widow on the like waiting back home for my partner who was at war. So I was there like, I write to you. I was the soldier writing to somebody back home. That was what it is. So it's like, I write to you from the front, and I hope that this message findeth you well. And I don't know what I was doing. I just wrote it like absolute verbal diarrhea. And he wrote back and said it was one of the funniest things that he'd read in a long time, which is why it caught his attention, and that's why he responded to me. And from then, I was just like, he seemed like a really nice guy. I loved his presentation and style, and I just started writing scripts based off the back of that. That was like the motivation, the validation of like, not just firing a message out into the void, but actually getting like something back and being told, even if it wasn't meant to be like that you are funny, but it was like a case of that's how I took it. That's what I needed at that point in time, and then moved forward with it. We have Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I didn't actually play the second one, but I've heard such good things about it. August is looking pretty dry. All you've got is Saints Row. I feel like that's just like the only game that's coming out in August that people are going to be playing. I mean, what you've got there, you've got Idle Manager and 2 Point Campus. I mean, 2 Point Campus is a better game, I think at least. September's going to be my jam because we've got Warhammer 40k Darktide is coming out. Forspoken is coming out in October. Really interested to see what they do with that. Gotham Knights, I think that's looking real stinky. I'm not actually impressed with that at all. One of those I'm going to wait and just see what the consensus is before I jump on that bandwagon. And that's pretty much it of the stuff that's definitely been announced. I mean, there's lots of speculative stuff like Choo Choo Charles, which obviously I'm now clicking on to find out what the fuck Choo Choo Charles is. What the fuck is this? Choo Choo Charles is a survival horror open world shooter game. What? Navigate an island in an old train, upgrade it over time and use it to fight an evil sentient train. Okay, this has just skyrocketed out of nowhere to become a must-play. What the fuck is this? Hold on, I can't play. Oh, no. Okay, right. Don't want to get copyrighted just yet. Okay, so let's go back. Sorry, I was just looking for that. Listen to... Nick Reed coming out with the absolute stormer. Nails. Listen to Nails 24/7. What a band. What an absolute steamer. So aggressive, but in the best possible way. Okay, yeah, Chaos Gate. Get it, Orky. Seriously, it is so much fun. Absolutely love it. Cannot recommend it enough. And also, it's a good streaming game because obviously you can name all of the other characters after your people in the chat or your mods or whoever, and then it gives you that extra incentive to keep them alive, doesn't it? Kato's Studio Ghibli instrumental remixes. Mate, that sounds really good. Pop them in the Discord and link me into the musical section. Is Chaos Gate going to come out on console? Do you know what? I have no idea what the release plan is for that. I tell you what, lads. I have been playing a game that I can't tell you about. Can I? Yes, I can tell you that it exists, and I can tell you that... No, I can't tell you what I thought of it. I can tell you it exists and heavily imply that I will be playing it soon. So I will just say, one of the games that brought me so much joy recently has been BPM, or Bullets Per Minute. Orky, another one. Put it down for your streams. I want to see you play this. It is basically a rhythm-based first-person shooter. Imagine if Doom had you shooting on the beat and reloading. I love that concept, and it's absolutely brilliant. However, I did feel like it was like a proof of concept, like something that felt like it could be taken further. And it seems that there's a studio out there that is doing just that with their game, which is called Hellsinger. Now, Hellsinger has got music from real-world metal bands. Arch Enemy is one of the people that I just spotted off the soundtrack. And what happens is that you are, again, reloading and shooting on the beat. But every single time you build up a combo meter, and this is all in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything, can't get me on the embargo on this, it adds in extra layers of the music. So, for example, like if you start off with, like, let's just say that if Sam Burns was still here, he'd understand this little riff. And then over the top, you get like a ×8 multiplier. It'd be like... Then over the top of it, you'll then get the vocals when you get to like a maximum thing. So then all of a sudden you'll be like firing away, dodging around, jumping over people, shooting them in the face, and then all of a sudden you hit this massive combo. As you land on the floor, it'll be like, and you're just like, yes, yes. So yeah. Oh, globes, NDAs are the bane of my existence. I understand why they're there, don't get me wrong. IP theft and all that other stuff is super important, but it can make things very difficult when they give very conflicting NDAs as to when certain stuff comes out. Like, for example, not using this... I'll use this GW event as an example because it's the most recent one. You're allowed to... The models have been shown on the Warhammer community, but you're not allowed to talk about anything that's in the box. Last time I checked, most things usually just contain the models, and that's it. So there's a lot of like weird back and forth as to what you can and can't talk about within the context of other stuff. So whatever, isn't it? But hey, keep them happy. Trying out a night's game, knowing that I'll have access to the new book, and Live and Let Dice have access to the new book, but not being able to actually talk about it. It is a weird time to be alive, isn't it? It is a weird game. But hello, Ed, by the way. Hope you're doing well, and thank you for letting us borrow those nights. It was very, very much appreciated. And now that the Chaos Knights, I keep forgetting about this. The Chaos Knights stuff has gone live, so you've already seen the Abominant, and then you've got the rules for the new Knights are pretty nice actually. You only have like 5 or 6 models in your entire army. So it makes sense this time to actually have customizable rules for each one of them because you want to make them feel unique. When you've got like an army of like 70 different units and each one of them is customizable, man, it can get to be a bit of a drag. So anyway, banana break. Everyone just chill. Peel your banana. Not like that. having a little munch. I'm a banana friend. Damn, that's good banana. Sounds like an M&S advert as well at the moment. This isn't just banana. This is Live and Let's Dice banana. It's ripe. Ripe. Okay, so call you up to speed now. I can't think of anything else that I need to do admin-wise, apart from the fact that yes, the hats are also now on sale in the merch store. Had a great time at the Warhammer stuff. There will be more videos and content coming out very soon based on what happened there, so look forward to seeing that on the channel. Now I believe it is time, my friends. Should we jump over and start doing some fighting fantasy and carry on with our little thing there? Or do you have any questions for Kerry? Because it's the Kerry... the Kerry Ask Me Anything. It was so weird as well. Like, I was meant to go down and see my mum. Well, actually, I was meant to go down and see my mate Mark towards the end of the month. And it was just like, yeah, okay, we'll get that sorted out. And you know when, like, a plan starts off simple and then just escalates out of control? Well, this kind of was just like, oh, I'll come down and see you for one night. And then it became 2 nights. And then it became like, oh, actually, I'll go and see my mum while I'm down there as well because you kind of live near. So then it's like, okay, well, if I'm going down and see my mum I'll see you on one night, go down and see my mum on the next night. And then my sister's like, it's also your nephew's birthday on the Saturday. And I was like, all right, okay, cool. So go down and see her on the Saturday. So that means that I can see him as well, give him his presents. And then she's like, well, why don't you stay over at mum's house? And they go to the zoo. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's meant to be just like it was meant to be just me and Mark having a catch up because I've not seen him properly. I've seen him once over the entire lockdown thing. And now all of a sudden I'm roped into family events and going to the zoo. I mean, I shouldn't be complaining. The zoo is absolutely tip-top in the chip shop. But still. Oh. Laters, Merlin, you take it easy. And as you tag out, Mikey tags in. No worries, my friend. Andrew, have a lovely rest of your day. And Hassan, I will ask her right now. I already know the answer, but I want to see how she words it. Okay, Marmite, yes or no? Is there any nerdy stuff? I'm just going to ask her what's the nerdiest thing she's into. Nerdiest classic dead air, typing on camera. You're into... If she says me, I'll be very upset. She says, Kerry Marmite, yes or no? She just says, C. Hiya! How's it going, mate? Right. Let's transfer over to the fighting fantasy. I think I've covered everything I need to cover. And definitely getting Choo Choo Charles as well now. I feel like I want to get the Choo Choo Charles thing up. So we can watch it together, but with the... How does it work with like YouTube copyright stuff? If I click over to it and we just watch it without any sound, is that going to trigger the copyright police? They going to have a pop? She said... I said, what's the nerdiest thing you're into? She said, what is it? Bird watching, lol? Is that nerdy? Yes, it's pretty nerdy. But it's very cool at the same time. Okay, right, so let's move over to the, I was going to say the Horus Heresy, but it's not. It's the Fighting Fantasy. The Fighting Fantasy Classic. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the lights over to the spooky red. We're going to get rid of this chill, lo-fi stuff. So we fade down. And then we're going to move over to the game over here. And then I'm going to press this button. Come on, Jules, you can do this. Solo stream. Yes, there we go. And then if I click this button and turn the sound back up. How is that for everyone? We were playing through the House of Hell. Hold on, I need to change my voice. Welcome to the House of Hell. Now, for those of you who don't know what we were doing last time, we were playing through this game together. But what's going to happen is that every time there is a decision to be made, we make the decision as a group using the pole. The pole that summons the one and only. Alright, mate. It's me, the pole troll. That's right. I never left. I was always inside the house. The pole troll. Anyway, let's go. Oh, it's done nothing. It did absolutely nothing, did it? Piss. Piss on my ass. Okay, right. Let me double check this then, if I can figure this out. So this doesn't change my voice in the slightest, does it? Oh, wait, no, I know why. I know why. 2 secs.
That should work now, right? It should change the effect, as it were. Welcome to the House of Hell. And I will keep laughing until somebody confirms that it's actually done something. God damn, this fucking delay is super. I've changed the line. The line should be changed. There we go. Right, we're cooking with gas now. Okay, right.
Let's begin, shall we? The door opens and you peer into the room. You quickly check that there is no one inside and are relieved to find it's empty, but full of clutter. It seems to be crude scientific laboratory of some sorts. A brass telescope points through the window towards the sky. Charts and mathematical tables are pinned to the walls. A human skeleton hangs from a hook, and a bench is covered with glass vials and apparatus. They look like priceless antiques, and they all probably were. And they were all probably made in the last century. Yes? Cool. Oh, right. Do you wish to investigate the room further, or would you prefer to leave the room? So, we'll have a goosey, or get loosey. So here we go. What do? And thus, the poll has gone out to the group. What shall we do? Investigate the room further? Or leave? Who knows? You do, because you're in charge. Oh, people want to goosey so far. Oh, but some want to get loosey. Haven't watched the first part, so I'm going to catch up on this before coming back to it. Sam, I could summarize what happened in case you do want to hang around. All we did was we just literally pissed about, thought about going inside the house, eventually went inside the house, almost came back out of the house, and then went back in again. Oh yes, people want to get goosey. Oh, thank you very much, Alex, and good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. My son says, I think he means hello. I think he does too, and I respond in kind. That's baby talk for. Hope you're doing well, and treat yourself with love and respect. But now we're back to the pole troll. Now the pole troll's seeing a lot of people who want to get goosey. So I'll tell you what, that's what we're going to do. Gary Busey, let's get goosey. Okay, so we're jumping over to investigate the room further. You step into the room and close the door behind you. A squeaking noise from one corner makes you jump But when you walk over, you are relieved to find that the squeaking comes from 3 rats in a cage. You keep your ears peeled for sounds of visitors as you investigate the contents of the room. Do you wish to look through the drawers? Or perhaps you may want to examine the liquids in the glass vials. Alternatively, you could look through the cupboards. So I ask you again, what do? So, we either drawers, liquids, or cubby. Cubby, chubby, wubby. And I'll let you decide. Because hello, it's me, the pole troll again. Hope you've been keeping well. I'll tell you what, Jules didn't even bother giving me accommodation the last time that I was here. He promised me a pretty steady gig, and I'll give him that. But what happened was that as soon as he shut down the stream, he didn't even put out like the futon. And I felt awkward asking, so what I did was I just took some cushions from his sofa and slept on the floor. 2 bloody weeks went by, didn't it? And he didn't offer me once. He claims to be a nice guy, but I don't think he is. Either that or he's bloody oblivious to the needs of a troll. Oh, let's have a look at the chat here. See what the poll's saying. Ooh, the liquids are coming out on top here. Ooh, but Cubby Chubby Wubby trailing in last place. Searching through the drawers. Well, now. Looks like... Ooh, the votes. They're pulling almost even. Because I didn't like that, I'll tell you that much, when we had it last time. When we had all of those... the poll kept on being even. I didn't like that at all. So if we can avoid that, that'd be great. Okay. So in 5 seconds, we will be closing the vote. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liquids it is. The poll has ended. At the end of the bench is a rack which holds 4 glass vials, and each vial contains a coloured liquid. They look like the results of someone's experiment. Are you willing to risk taking a sip of one of these liquids? If so, which colour will you choose? No worries, Tom. Take it easy, my friend. Green, red, clear, yellow, or if it seems a little too dangerous, you may instead look through the drawers, or you can look through the cupboards. Now, I'm going to say that I'm not going to offer the cupboards or the drawers because of the fact that there's too many options there. So I ask you, what do? Green, grun, rod, clear, pissy. I ask the question to you. Beanie is here! Hello, my friend. You join us here in the middle of playing through the House of Hell. And by that I mean that we're playing through a fighting fantasy game where the audience gets to choose which vial they drink from at the moment. Green, rod, clear, or pissy? The answer seems so obvious. And it seems obvious to me as well, the pole troll. For me, I've always got a rule of thumb. Never drink liquid that looks like piss or is piss. And the other trolls called me a bloody stuck-up toff. But you know what? There are some things you shouldn't drink. You shouldn't drink petrol unless it's really delicious, and piss. Okay. Looks like clear is pushing ahead. No one wants to drink the pissy. No one wants to drink pissy. Beanie wants to drink the pissy. So, chin them all. So the poll will be closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clear it is. The group has decided. You grab the vial boldly, remove the stopper, and take a sip out of the liquid inside. You wash it around your mouth to test the taste. It is thick and syrupy, not at all unpleasant. You swallow hard and wait with bated breath for it to take effect. For several moments, nothing happens. Perhaps it will have no effect. You move over towards the cupboards, and that is when you first notice a difference. Each step you take is effort. Your feet feel like lead weights and your movements are sluggish. This liquid is a poison which saps the strength of those who take it. Your skill reduces by 1 point and your stamina by 3. Now that ain't good. That ain't good in the slightest. Because I don't think that our stamina's already taken a beating. Ooh, some nice. Can I have some of that nice, thick, clear stuff? It's the stuff that in the Sunny D advert they always try and avoid, isn't it? We got apple juice. We've got thick, goopy, syrupy, clear stuff. Oh, Sunny D, all right. Suddenly your ears prick up at the sound of footsteps coming closer. You nip into the shadows and wait. The footsteps stop outside the door and you can hear 2 voices talking. "Hadn't we better ask the master's permission?" one asks. Maybe you're right. And we better get a light for the lamps." You breathe a sigh of relief as the footsteps disappear off in the direction from which you approach the room. You decide it's best to leave before they return, and you open the door onto the landing. The safest way to go, it strikes you, is away from the 2 visitors who may return at any moment. So, because we have no choice here, it's already made one for us, so we've got to go to this one here. You follow the landing round until you reach another door at the right-hand side. A nameplate identifies it as the Erasmus Room. If you wish to enter the room, turn to 140. Ahead of you, at the end of the passageway, is another door. If you wish to go there, turn to page 332. So you know what that means. It's time for a poll troll. So, Erasmus or erotic? And I asked the question, what do? I'll tell you what, we should make this into a proper game show. Get me as the host in, narrate it every single week. Come in like Games Master. I was telling you, did I ever tell you guys about this? That we had a brilliant concept for a show that the What Culture bosses wouldn't make. And that was that we were going to blow up James Dows's head like the Games Master head. And we were going to call it James Master. And he was going to set us challenges every week. But the bosses were like, no one's going to know who James is, and that's a really stupid waste of our time. Waste of our time. Do you not know us? We will find amazing ways to waste time, you fools. Oh, a lot of people keen to go into this Erasmus room, but there are a few who fancy the erotic. Oh yeah, Bean, you're playing a game with Rapid, aren't you? Hello. What mission are you playing? Or are you doing anything from... Are you doing Tempest of War? And you're doing Tau, aren't you? Tau versus Tyranids? Is that what it is? Nice. Ooh, they're getting closer together. 18 votes in. Okay. I think it's time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the poll ends. We're going into the Erasmus room. I know, James Master would have been a hit. Okay. You grasp the handle and turn it. The door is locked, and it looks too sturdy for you to break down. Will you turn towards the door at the end of the corridor, or will you go back the way you came, carrying on past the room from which you originally appeared? That is such a confusing way of wording it. Okay. So I ask you, what do? erotic, or back to whence thee came. And I ask you, what do? When you see Rapid, oh yeah, sugar tits. He was so confused by that the first time because I remember hearing you say it, and I can't remember if he didn't hear what you'd said. So he was like, "What? What are you saying?" Oh, amazing. So what are we gonna do? Are we carrying on down the hallway, or are we just gonna go back the way we came? Exactly. We're gonna just go straight away. I'm going to end this one just because of the fact we know that we want to carry on. So we're done with that one. Oh no, that doesn't look good. At the end of the corridor ahead of you is a stout wooden door. While you are considering whether or not to try this room, a noise behind you startles you. You spin around only to find the wind is rustling wall hangings. Well hung. There's nothing to be afraid of, but then you turn back and are amazed to find a faint white figure has appeared in front of you. This apparition is a young woman in her early 20s with long flowing hair. She is dressed in a white bridal dress which has seen better days. It is ripped and torn. You gain 1 fear point. Now that ain't good, because if our fear builds all the way up, then we die and we... Oh, thank you very much, Sasha. I really appreciate that. I do love doing the Dungeon Bowl stuff because it's so different from the regular game and so very different to anything that GW puts out. Oh, thank God I have found you in time, she says. I must talk to you immediately. Come, let us go into this room. Will you follow her into the room? Or do you suspect a trap and would rather turn back? Okay. So, I asked the question of, what do? Do we go for... wife life? Or do we go... solid divorce? Spooky ghost! It exists! And next on Really, we hear the tale of totally trustworthy and not a paid actor telling us about how he saw a spooky ghost on his own and has no proof about it whatsoever. And so I was walking down the hallway, and I was on my own, and I turned on my flashlight, and there it was, a spooky ghost. A spooky ghost. It was Gilbert Godfrey. Gilbert Godfrey was there, and he's going, hey! I don't know if he was a parrot. I don't know what he was doing. All I know is that I had to stay there for at least 10 to 15 minutes after the fact to make sure I had more for my story for when I went to talk to Really. Ooh, people are enjoying the wife life. I'll tell you what. As a pole troll, you're actually banned from marriage. It's one of the very few rules that they actually do keep in check. Which is a real shame because I used to know a woman. That's the end of the story. I just used to know one. Okay, right, there we go. Wife life has taken the lead, so we're going to go for that one. Here we go. Beanie killed so many of the Black Orcs. That should not have happened. So we're going here. Wife life. Well, something had just popped up, an achievement just popped up. To enter the room, she passes right through the door. You, of course, must use more traditional methods, and you turn the handle to walk into the Apollyon room. It is an elegant bedroom. Fine floor-length curtains hang along one wall. An enormous bed with lace coverings is against another wall, and opposite stands a beautiful dressing table with a huge mirror. The woman hovers in the center of the room and bids you to sit down on the bed. Your coming here has been no accident, she starts, and I must warn you of the terrible dangers you will face here. This house is ruled by the Master, a powerful black priest of the night named Kelnor, Earl of Drumna. I would guess that you are to be offered to the demons of hellfire. Any relation to you, Mikey? If you survive that long. Yesterday they trapped a girl, a pretty young district nurse who happened to call. She is to be offered tonight. I cannot let this devilry continue. There must be some way it can be stopped. If you can find the Chris knife, happy Christmas to you, you might be able to defeat Kelnor. For this weapon is his only weakness. Please help me. You will probably find it in... No, quick. We are discovered. I can hear the hounds. Go, leave this room. You stand up. She was right. You can hear barking getting rapidly closer. She motions to you, pointing at the door. You run to the door and peer outside. Nothing. The barking gets louder, and you turn back towards the ghost, who seems to be struggling with something. She is involved in a fight with two huge ghostly Great Danes, which are snapping and clawing at her. You take a step forward, but it is hopeless. You can't touch the beasts, and your help would have been very welcome, because the dogs are much too powerful for her. She is weakening, and as she does so, her image fades. Moments later, she disappears completely. Satisfied that their job had also been done, the two Great Danes disappear. You are alone. Well. Okay. Now what would you do? Do you want to get to help her as she asked, or would you rather just escape from the house? Hello, nurse. Out of the way. Okay, so I asked the people here, what do? The two choices are either we go down and try and rescue the nurse, or we escape by yelling, "Out of the way, chump!" And we make our way towards the exit. It is up to you. So actually, yeah, there was another part to that story about me knowing a woman. And the thing is that, like, my dating life as a troll is not great. It's not very good at all. You'd be surprised at how few people you don't meet as they cross over bridges. And the ones you do meet, you'd also be surprised how little want to stay around when you jump out, rough them up, steal their stuff, and capture their sheep. But saying that, when I was down the local boozer, because obviously trolls like a drink every now and then, there was this lovely woman there by the name of Schmendel. She was Dutch. And she went Dutch as well when I asked to split the bill after our date. She didn't find it that funny. But I was pretty low on funds, seeing as it had been a pretty slow week. Ever since they built the highway, very few people come along the old toll path now. But I'll tell you more about that date later on, because we're going down to save the nurse. Let's go help Schmendel. Okay, here we go. You consider your best plan as you walk down the passageway. You turn right along the landing and two doors are on your left. The first has Azazel written on its nameplate and the second, Mephisto. Do you want to try either of these rooms? If so, you may enter the Azazel room, so we can't do that one. Or you may enter the Mephisto room by turning to that. Otherwise, you may pass both of these rooms and walk along to where the landing turns right. Oh, I don't know. Feels like we should go into as many rooms as possible, because I feel like we're only just starting to unravel the mystery here. So I ask you, what do? Azazel? Appraisal? So, we were on this date. It started off pretty well. You know, you make the small talk. You say to them, "What's your name? Are you above dating trolls? And also, how much money you got?" The last one was a bit of a mistake, but unfortunately, because of my regular trade, it does mean that I'm used to dealing with a lot of people and asking them for money. So, the lexicon of my troll existence was affected somewhat. So, she took great offense to that, obviously. Or so I thought, because it turns out that she was a wealthy duchess. And actually, talking about wealth was one of the big things that she liked talking about. Because she then proceeded to, and I kid you not, for the next 3 hours, break down in detail so much about her family estate that I wish I had had a quill and some ink, because I could have written down that portfolio and started some very early identity fraud. Her social security number was 1. I remember that much. Right, it looks like we're going to Azazel. Let's do it then. Let's go, mate. Let's go. Let's go. Doing the rounds on H3 at the moment, isn't it? Let's go. The handle turns and the door opens a little, but it is caught on something and will not open any further. Do we want to force the door or leave it alone? Okay, so I ask you boys, what do? Push or noosh? Thank you very much, Tank. Big love to you, my friend. I would love to cosplay as Mr. Freeze. It's one of those things where I would love to just do cosplay in general, but in terms of the space of storage required for these, for the costumes and also the effort of just like building them, it's insane. And I know that you can get a lot of props and stuff, but they are so expensive. But yeah, it would be very fun to do something like that. Oh, Jenko, you can't ask that. You can't ask that about... Jenko's got a question for Kerry, which is, who's your favourite cat? Beaver or Sagan? I mean, I'll ask her, but that's going to be a tough one. Beaver or Sagan? I don't know how she's going to cope to that. Right, okay, what are we doing here? Oh, we're pushing. Oh, we are pushing, friends. Okay, here we go. Let's do this then. Okay, so we are pushing. What is that? You heave the door with your shoulder. The wood creaks and it opens a little further, enough to let you into the room. It is small and bare, and a cold, damp wind swirls through it, billowing the curtains. The window pane is smashed, and the floor beneath the window is sodden from the rain. You look around, but there is nothing unusual in the room, apart from a frayed length of knotted rope. We've all been there, right, lads? You take this with you and leave. As you pull the door to you, you find a piece of glass wedged underneath it, which was making it stick. You turn left out of the room and continue along the landing. What does this bone and a feather have anything to do with what we just read? Literally, it looks like an arrow. I know that it's just somebody's like forearm and hand, but it's like an arrow because of the feather. Right, anyway. You walk up to the 2 doors in the corner of the balcony. The one on your left is named Balthus, and the one in front of you has no name. If you want to enter the Balthus room, or we can go through the other door, or we can ignore both of these doors and continue round to the landing. This is a bloody big house. So I ask you, what do? Balthus. Calthus. Or it's pronounced Bathus. So yeah, the day was a pretty terrible terrible experience. Oh, wait, hold on. She's messaged me back. I can't choose. Ooh, she put me in hot water. I can't choose, but yours is Sagan. Actually, everyone's favourite is Sagan's. Show some love for the beeve, she says. Can I get some love for the beeve? In the chat. I'll type the spelling. Let's go. Let's go. Right. So 50% of people want to go into the Balthus room. Feeling good about this, are we? Okay. Let's see then. Should we go into the Balthus, shall we? There we go. Get some love for the beef in there. Beef. Brilliant. Okay, so I think that... Oh. Okay, right, we're going to end this poll because we are going into the Balthus room. The room you have entered is bare. Pinstriped wallpaper covers the wall. A hearth is set in the center of one wall, and on the mantelpiece there is a small wooden box. Curtains are pulled together along another wall, but they hang awkwardly, bulging in unnatural places. Do you wish to investigate the bulge, or open the box on the mantelpiece, or leave the room? Oof. So I ask you, what do? Bulge. Box. Leave. When Beanie and I were staying in our hotel room, we found another amazing, really TV show. Now, it wasn't actually anything to do with spooky ghosts or the supernatural or anything like that. But it was to do with something equally weird and something that you probably would never think of and think, oh yeah, that is a TV show that needs to be made. Now, I know that there are some like A&E stuff like that goes around. Like I think there's one called One Born Every Minute or something like that. And like A&E or 24 Hours on A&E ward or whatever, stuff like that. Now, that one you can kind of understand because it's got a dramatic setting in the sense that it's like emergency stuff and it's about the real life drama of those on the front line of our medical institution making sure that people like survive. And on the other side, you've got midwives giving birth. So there's like a heartwarming element to that. What I can't understand is that why somebody over at Really thought, you know what, there's a niche that hasn't been explored yet. And that is Australian kids in A&E. So it's only dealing with like young kids really hurting themselves in Australia. It's bizarre. Bizarro. You banned Lars. Or you blocked his message for showing the picture of the beaver. Oh, it looks like the Battle of the Bulge is what we're doing. Okay, here we go. So we're going to investigate the bulging curtains. Slowly and quietly, you walk up to the curtain. There is no movement from it. You grab the left-hand curtain and fling it open. There is a full-length window behind, which is barred on the outside, but nothing is hiding there. You take hold of the other curtain, but before you can move it, the bulges you noticed come to life. Oh no, here we go. This is worrying. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, from behind the curtain, a heavy blow hits you in the chest and knocks you backwards onto the floor. You lose 2 stamina points. Do you still have enough stamina left? Well, this is the thing. I don't know, because we're in this situation now where I need to find out adventure sheet. Let's have a look here. So we have 12 stamina left. 1 fear point. Oh, we started with 19 stamina. We've taken an absolute beating at the moment. Okay. Oh, you can kind of see the map of where we are as well here. Weird. So we were like, let's find out where we started here. Dining room. Yeah, okay, so we went through the back door, reception, paintings. We met Lord Kelnor. We then went up to the dining room. Went to a holding chamber. All the way down to the Zazel room. Rasmus nameplate, the Ghost Bride. There's still feels like there's quite a lot to explore here. But that ain't good. Eddie just cracked us right in the back of the head. Oh, we got a fight. Oh, you pick yourself up quickly and the curtain slides to one side. A human figure steps out. Its skin is a dirty green color. Its wide eyes stare at you, yet through you. Its jaw gapes open to reveal a mouth half full of rotten teeth. It wears ragged clothes and it is advancing towards you. You gain 2 fear points, so we're at fear 3. That ain't good. You must fight. Okay. So, I know that you can't see this here, but the zombie has 6 stamina and 7 skill. I have 12 stamina and 7 skill. So we must fight. So I think I need to click on this. Roll the dice. Roll. Tap to continue. I don't know what that means, but I'm hoping it's good. Okay. Oh, we've done 14. Okay, so what happens is that you add your skill onto the dice that you roll. And then if it beats the enemies, you do that amount of damage in excess to him. So we hit the zombie, bringing him down to 4. Ooh, should we try our luck or fight? I know you can't see this, so we're just going to fight again. That's good. We're happy with that. It's got 18 to 13. It's down to 2 stamina. We hit the zombie. Come on, mate. Last bit of fighting. Ooh, we draw. No, we don't. We get boxcars, so we are absolutely rolling hot today. 19 versus 17. We have killed the zombie. Excellent. See you later, Jam. If you defeat the zombie, turn to page 114. We definitely did. Now that the threat of the zombie has been taken care of, you must decide what to do next. Do you decide to leave the room, or do you want to investigate the box? Now, I know that a lot of people wanted to investigate the box, and not many people wanted to go out of the room, so we're going to go straight to that, I think. The box rattles when you touch it. There is something solid inside. You undo the catch and open the lid, and inside you find a small key. You try the key in the door, and it fits. The key turns and unlocks the door, allowing you to leave the room. You find that you are in the corner of the landing, and there is an unmarked door to your left. If you wish to go through it, turn to 86. Straight ahead, you can see the main staircase leading downwards. I'm going to assume that we don't want to go back downstairs, because that's where the now evil dude, Kelnor, is there. So just to speed through a little bit of these decisions when it comes to very obvious ones, I'm assuming we're going to want to go through the door. The door opens into a narrow passageway which ends at the window. There is a door halfway along the left-hand side, and a sign on the door identifies it as the Diabolus Room. If you wish to try the door, turn here. If you wish to investigate the window instead, or if you're not keen to do either, we prefer to go back down, back through the door and continue along the landing, turn there. So I will put this up for a poll, because this is a bigger decision. So, door. Window. Peace out. So I ask you, friends, what do? I know that the house is utterly bizarre and makes no sense at all, right? An architect's worst nightmare. Thing is, though, that maybe it's the same architect who designed the Spencer Mansion in Resident Evil, because originally, according to the lore in that franchise, it was designed to be sort of like a giant escape room. Like all of the traps in there weren't meant to be deadly. They were just meant to be like to shock and amaze, to be for the rich guys who was going to originally buy it, be like his private playroom to bring all of his like friends around and just have a laugh and pretend to go through this haunted house that was also his actual house. That's why some of the rooms, like the one that has the ceiling coming in and all the other bits, that's why they're there, because they make no sense to have them in a house that somebody would live in, or as a way for the lab people working, the Umbrella lab workers, to get in and around the house. So yeah, kind of explained why it's so weird, but I don't think that was explained until like Resident Evil 3. So it's quite a long time to go before people were like, oh yeah, this is a weird house, but has a reason to be weird. Okay, right, so it looks like we want to go through the door. Let's go and have a look through the door, shall we? You step into the room and close the door behind you. The room is empty, and you heave a sigh of relief, falling back against the door to catch your breath. Will you rest in the room, or will you try the window for a means of escape? Ooh, I don't know about this one, so I'm going to put it to the group. What do? Rest. Window. Let me know. Let me know. Oh, piss. Carrie's just told me that my gym shoes have been left outside, so they have been rained on. Shitty bollocks. Shitty piss. That's going to be a fun run because, oh yeah, that's another thing I was going to tell you guys. I'm actually going back to the gym now. Like, I've had enough. Like, I've got my COVID done. All right, yeah, brilliant, yeah, fucking wicked. And I've tried doing some sort of like at-home exercise stuff, like the body weight bits, but there's just come to a point now where I don't want to work out and do my hobby stuff all in the same room. I want a bit of separation, church and state, as Beanie would say. So I am going to the gym, and the plan is to go Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. So yes, I am going to stream and then go for a run, do a cardio day afterwards. So that'll be fun. And then do climbing Thursdays or Saturdays, depending. Just got to try and stay motivated to keep going because I don't think I've got a lot of weight to lose, but I just want to put on a bit of lean muscle along here, lose a bit around the old stomach and hips and my thick ass. And just be better. It will just be better for me in the long run as well. Because this is the thing, kids. When you get to your mid-30s that I will be rapidly approaching in September, got to start looking after yourself. Okay, what are we doing here? We're doing a resty, are we? Ooh, doing rest. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so we're resting in the room. You sit on the bed, trying to work out how on earth you can escape from this place. The room you are now in seems safe enough, and the rest refreshes you, increasing your stamina by 2 points. But a few moments later, the wind whistles through some curtains and attracts your attention. You glance over towards the window. What the fuck is this? A soft voice is calling your name. You leap back against a wall, while across the room a strange shape is forming. A human figure is passing through the very wall itself and entering the room. At least the figure is almost human, but its head is missing. As it materializes before you, the voice becomes clearer. It comes from a head that is carried, but not on the apparition's shoulders, but in its hands, which hang down at its side. The sight is horrible, and ghostly blood drips onto the carpet from the severed head. You gain 2 fear points. That ain't good. We're up to 5 fear. Okay, let's do this. Will you stay to hear what the ghost has to say to you, or will you run from the room? I don't know again on this one, so I'm going to put in a what do. Hello, chum. Gotta run. What do, my friends? Do we listen to the ghostly ghoul who is talking through his weird head in his hands, or do we run away? The decision is yours. What's the limit on things? You know what? We should check on the old... no, not the options. Not the map. Not the adventure sheet. Not the bookmark. I don't want to click on home just in case it does that, but I will... House of Hell. I will Google it now. Actually, I can go off of here. House of Hell Fighting Fantasy Fear. It uses a fear score in addition to usual scores. Unique rules. Every time a player encounters some particularly disturbing event, they must add between 1 and 3. Once a character reaches the maximum score determined at the beginning of the game, they will quite literally die of fright. Now, I don't know how much fear we can take. The only thing I can think of is that the fear score is this 9 that is down here, because it started at 0 and it's only been going up. Thank you very much, Eric. It was a good laugh, that battle report as well. Like, big props to Ed and to Nick from Play on Tabletop for just like throwing together a very quick match. It was great to play against the Tau and obviously Ed's loyalist Iron Warriors. I mean, the thing is that we had one plan, and that was like get that turn 1 charge off and do as much damage as possible, because we know that a turn 1 Tau fight back is insane. So we're doing Hello Chum. We're listening to the ghost. Okay. Globes, Tiger, we're playing this on Steam. This is actually on Steam. If you just type in Fighting Fantasy Classics, you'll be able to download any of the books that are there. So we're hearing what the ghost has to say. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. We've got 7 fear, we got 2 left, and we're gonna die of fright. The disembodied head speaks. Prepare yourself for death, miserable mortal, it gloats. For the evil that is in this place cannot be escaped. The House of Drummer has drawn you here for one purpose. Before the night is out, you will join me and my companions in the netherworld. Our fate will be yours. You will forever haunt the place that has caused your death. With these words, a mocking laughter fills the room. The apparition turns back through the wall, and as it does, the laughter fades. But the fright gives you 2 fear points. So, we can only take 2 more points of fear before dying. You leave the Diabolos room and are standing once more in the narrow corridor outside. Now, we've already gone down through the landing and stuff like that before. We already know where that goes, so we're going to go into and investigate the window. Ooh, something happens. Okay. Curtains are drawn across the window, and you approach cautiously. You gingerly pat the folds in the curtain and are relieved to find that nothing is there. Although they seem to be safe, you're still on your guard as you draw them apart. As you do so, a thunderclap booms outside and makes you jump, but you are safe. A perfectly ordinary window is uncovered. However, the heavy iron bars on the outside are a little worrying. Through the window, you can see nothing but the rain running down the pane of glass. But curiously, the rain is avoiding one area. Could it be the wind is blowing the rain away from that one corner? You bend down and take a closer look. Written in the condensation which has formed on the glass is a message. You read 3 words, Mordana in Abaddon. You repeat this message to yourself and then rub it off the window in case anyone else should see it. This message may be useful to you, and you will realize when it is. Now you must head back to the landing and turn left. Oh, we got to go straight that way. Oh. A short distance further on, you come to the top of the main staircase, which leads downwards. Immediately opposite the staircase is an unmarked door. Now, we've done all of the landing stuff. We haven't done this unmarked door, I don't believe. First floor landing. So I assume It's a very confusing way of laying out this house. No worries, Tiger. Hope you enjoy it. Let's go and try the unmarked door, shall we? You step into a small storeroom and close the door behind you. There are shelves on the left and right on which various household objects are stored. In front of you, in the wall facing the door, is another door. Shall we search through the things on the shelf, or perhaps we want to try the door opposite? Otherwise, we can turn the light. Let's search first, and then we'll go from here. Oh, yes. Various items of crockery, cutlery, and food are kept in the storeroom, including a sharp meat knife, which you hide under your coat to use as a weapon in the future. This sharp knife adds 3 skill points in a fight. On one shelf, you find several cloves of garlic, which you also take. There is also an unlabeled bottle of white liquid on another shelf. Right. Now, we have not had great luck in terms of drinking random liquids we find, but I will posit it to the group to see if they want us to drink the random liquid. So what do... Drink the liquid. Go through door or... go backwards. Let me know. With this pole, where shall we go, my friend? Yes. Hold on, I just need to tell Kerry to actually get my gym shoes back in, just in case she has just seen them and not pick them up. Okay, where are we at? Ooh, people want to drink the liquid. Hang on, let's go. Let's drink that liquid. Let's do it. We're drinking it. She just left them out there. Right, okay, so we're drinking the liquid. You taste the liquid. It's white wine. You drink some more and it warms you. You start to feel a little lightheaded and dizzy. Then you suddenly feel a stab of pain in your stomach. Oh, for fuck's sake. And you double over. But there is no relief from this pain because you have drunk poisoned wine. In a few moments, you will lose consciousness. And in 5 minutes... What? In 5 minutes, you'll be dead. You'll never make tomorrow's appointment after all. The end. What is this game? They do not mess around. They do not mess around when it comes to the death. It's like, oh, you've done really well. Oh, you seen a ghost? Oh, I seen another ghost over there. She told you to go rescue a nurse. Oh, you drank some white wine. Is that you dead? Absolutely fucked it. Absolutely fucked it. Just whoops. How were we meant to know, though? I mean, well, and that's the end of the Fighting Fantasy Classic. God dang it. God dang it. But I hope that you enjoyed that, though, guys, because I just wanted to do a one-shot of this, and whether or not we actually made it through or not doesn't really matter, because I want to play through these on my own and just have like a good old laugh going through, because next week, we're going to get back onto Death's Door, my friends. Hold on, we're just going to switch back to this. Let's quit this. Quit this, get out of here. Quit this, get out of here. Choo Choo Charlie. Let's put Choo Choo Charlie back on. We died. We died a death. But, hey-ho, it happens sometimes. It's just what happens. Put some chill music back on. Let's get it going again. Right, there we go. Well, we're seeing Slam Jesus in the sky now. Let's put the old fade on. Because, my friends, this is the part of the stream where we have to start wrapping things up. Start thinking about what we learned across this 2 hours, a journey through space, time, and emotions. What we're going to take away from this, what energy we're going to carry forward into our own lives, and how we're going to use it to better it for ourselves and other people. So let's recap, shall we, today? For those that are just joining in, and for those who have been here from the start, big bless. We started by talking about the Warhammer community event. We talked about the Emperor's Children. We looked at the models that all of the gang painted. We had a fantastic time. We talked about the new friends, the new contact relations that we made, and just about the good times. Also about how Rock City plays quite possibly the shittest 2000s emo punk. Most places who do that sort of stuff at least play some bangers. Nah. So we went on from there. Then we discussed what the Horus Heresy was, and I gave a very, very accurate description of what happened in the Horus Heresy. A condensed version of all of the Black Library books. Then we talked about... what did we talk about? We talked about lots of other stuff. I can't remember what it is. We talked about just... we remembered to give Beeve the love that she deserves. Beeve, top cat. Everyone always says that it's Sagan, but today Beeve is the top of the cats. Hey John, how's it going, mate? And then we played a bit of the old Fighting Fantasy Classic. We snuck through the back door. We went up the stairs. Gonna try and keep talking. And beat with this music. And then we went round, met Dark Lord Kellner. We said, hey, don't drag me to hell now. Went upstairs, into a side room. Nothing there, some supplies, maybe a broom. Then we picked some stuff off of the shelf. Some of it ended up hurting our health. But then we saw a ghost. Spooky. Holding his head in his hands. A little bit kooky. But he scared us nearly half to death. 9 out of 10 points, or 7 out of 9 on the fear. Nearly our final breath. But still, we made our way to a room to rest. To try and calm down the fear in our chest. Didn't work though. And that's the end of the song, just ends there. Just didn't work because we drank wine and died. So there we go. That's been today's beat poetry summation of what happened in the stream. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Next week, we will be back. Now, depending on a certain embargo that's lifting, I might push the stream to a Wednesday, my dude. A Thursday. And we might play a new game. But if the embargo is still in effect, then we're going to be back and we're going to play through some Death's Door. We're going to carry on with that because I really enjoyed my short time with that when we played it a couple of weeks ago. So I want to carry on with that. Big shout out as well to everyone in the chat for just sticking around. I know that the Fighting Fantasy stuff can be a bit dry for some people. They're not into the whole sort of like thing, but I kind of like the interaction bit. So I'm hoping that people might want to see that as well. Sasha, thank you very much. And Hassan has just said Beast Boss on Squigosaur or Gaz's Warlord for 2,000 points. Personally, Beast Boss on Squigosaur is the king, my dude. Even though Gaz is fantastically tough and can dish out the pain, and he obviously only takes a certain amount of wounds per phase, he's still slugging it on the ground, and he's very easy to outmaneuver. So put him on the Beast Boss, get him surrounded by a ton of Swighog boys. I usually run mine with the Beast-Eyed Mantle and the Warlord trait, which is brutal but cunning, or cunning but brutal, the one that lets you make all the attacks again because it applies to his Squig mount as well. So that means you can fish for those 6s to get those mortal wounds through. Surround him with 6 Beast Hog boys. Don't worry too much about blast stuff. You're going to lose nearly all of the Squig Hog boys no matter what. So just run them. They're only 25 points a model each, so whatever. And that allows you to take 2 of the bomb squigs, which are perfect for unleashing one at your enemies before you make a charge, and then unleashing the other one when you get charged. So yeah, and they're just great fun. But yeah, apart from that, I mean, like, I only run the kill rig because of the fact that it just gets me up to that 1,000 points. But if I could, and I was playing competitively, then I would run another squad of the Squighog boys because I genuinely think that they just put so much work in. So, yep, everyone learn to be careful with their wine as well. My friends, I'm going to peace out now. because I'm going to go get my gym stuff ready. And then I'm going to go and have a little run, chill out. And I'm going to come back and Kerry and I are going to have a curry and it's going to be lovely. So I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who joined in today. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm feeling a bit better as well, getting back into the streaming of sort of things. Obviously, Mikey's going to be doing more streaming on the Live and Let Dice channel as well. So look forward to that whenever he gets his dusty, crusty bones ready to get the stream going again. Big love to you, my friend. And big love to everyone as well for joining. I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Be kind to yourself. We'll catch you in a bit. Peace out, everyone. Bye.